everyone, welcome back to the National Sand Drag News live stream from the 2016 SCSDA Hammer Down Nationals at the Soboba Casino in San Jacinto, California. Time for the Fast Fours final round. It's going to be Art Cronin in the Meltdown dragster over here in the near lane. Art and the Cronin Racing team coming up here against Chris Locker in the Sand Gator dragster. VW Paradise team over there on the far side. Should be a good show for the final round in the Fast Fours class. Art Cronin gets the win light with a 417. Chris Lawfer goes 267 with the red light. 267 with a 9 at 122 for Chris. Wow, what a pass, but he went red. So a red light for Chris Lawfer. And Art Cronin will take the win in the Fast Fours class tonight. That was pretty unbelievable there. So Art Cronin, your winner tonight in the Fast Fours class. .267 with a 9 at 122, the numbers for Chris Lawfer. But unfortunately, the red light negated that run. Wow, that was something else there. Art Cronin, your winner in the Fast Fours class. I know the top Eliminator and top alcohol cars are in the lanes for the final round. I'm not sure when we'll see top fuel. I imagine they'll be a little bit later on, but top alcohol, top Eliminator are getting ready to go. We're in the pro bracket classes, saw a lot of great action. They're knocked out a couple rounds while we were off the live stream, so we're gonna jump in here with the finals, and then we'll come back after the finals are over. We'll come back to the top field final, and then we'll do some pro bracket live stream action later on. But so yeah, that was pretty wild to see that Fast Fours final that just happened with Art Cronin taking the win. He had some big time problems right at the hit there, but he got the win because Chris Lawfer turned on the red light, and Chris ran an amazing 267 at 122 miles an hour. Second quickest Fast Fours run ever by Chris Lawfer, but unfortunately he turned on the red light, and Art Cronin is your winner. So I believe top Eliminator is getting ready to go. Mark Whitmore against Paul Taylor. There they go, firing them up. Couple Central California runners coming up here in the next pair. Top Eliminator, final round. It's going to be Mark Whitmore and the Whitmore Speed and Custom team. Great tuning assistance this weekend. Bill Betancourt Motorsports helping them out on the tune-up. And they'll be up against Paul Taylor in the Out of Control dragster, all out of Bakersfield. In the dragster. It's going to be a good final round here. Both of these races have been running on the number this weekend. So Paul in the dragster in the far lane, Mark in the blown altered over here on the near side. Top Eliminator final round. good. Look at the Whitmore team. They are excited. That's awesome. Great job by the whole team. Joe Becker, the tuning help.
Good job.
Ambry, the whole team. Ralph, Mark's dad, a big part of the program there. Wow. Great win for the Whitmores here. 303 is the number. Paul Taylor broke out. 294 with the 5. Mark actually had him on the starting line by quite a bit and took it through the finish line for the win. So congratulations to the Whitmore Speed and Custom team on the win and top eliminator here tonight at the SCSDA Hammer Down Nationals. Wow, that was pretty cool. So we're gonna go. Looks like we're going to some pro bracket action while we wait for the top alcohol final round. Pro 3. You got the 117 Razor in the far lane. Not exactly sure who's piloting it, but it's making good laps all weekend. It's Joe Simeon. Yeah, I love it. Side 433 on the 26 dial. He had a pretty good starting line advantage. And Joe Simeon moving to the next round. Pro 3. So we're going to clean the track. We'll come back with the top alcohol final round here at the SCSDA Hammer Down Nationals. You're watching the National Sandjag. You are watching the National Sandjag News live stream presented by Good Vibrations Motorsports. Give a big shout out to the Mark family and all they do there at Good Vibration Motorsports. High performance mail orders, specializing in blown applications, got a ton of fuel injection parts, and just in general a lot of great racing equipment. I want to give a big shout out to the rest of the daily race coverage sponsors this weekend, including Hammer Down Racing, Dennis Wright, Morris Family Racing, Rialto Trophy, MPC Racing, Kevin Williams Racing, and Flirting with Disaster, Mr. Kenny Hayes. So big shout out to all of them. Without them, we would not be able to do what we do here. So we're going to clean the track, and it's going to be Gary. It's going to be Gary Mink in the final versus David Morton. Gary has lane choice in the final. He was 246 last round to David's 249. Should be quite a battle. He had one earlier. No, Chad Kinney's not racing this weekend. That's right, I think they had a prior commitment, so I'm sure we'll see him back out here at the next SCSDA event. Tractors are coming back. We're getting close. The top alcohol final. So just to recap on earlier's incident, Pedro Villa had a crash in the top alcohol semifinals, but he's A-okay. He got out of the car just fine. And Pedro is just fine after that rough, wild ride that he took earlier in Eliminations. So just want to make sure everybody was aware of that. Nope, Todd's Top Fuel, ex-Top Fuel car is not out here this weekend.
Hi, come on.
We got the Top Fuel final coming up later on tonight with Dennis Reich and Matt Ludlow. So we'll be sure to show you guys that final when that happens. But here we go, Morton Racing, David Morton, Taft, California coming up. He'll be in the near lane against Gary Mink out of Fresno, both Central California runners. Sure we'll see both of them in Avenal, the Avenal San Diego Fall Nationals in 2 weeks. That's going to be David Morton and Gary Mink. So we're getting ready for the top alcohol final round. Pulling the cars out, getting them set up to start up. So got some die-hard race fans out here checking out the action. Both crews getting in place. We're getting ready for the top alcohol final round. David Morton near lane, Gary Mink in the far lane. great passes there to end out the top alcohol class this weekend. Gary goes low ET of the weekend. 244 with a 9 to take home the hardware. $3,000 to win top alcohol tonight. It's going home to Gary Meek. So definitely we'll be seeing those two in Avenal here in a couple of weeks, and we'll see who can come on top there. So that's it for right now on the National Sand Drag News live stream. We're going to go off the live a little bit to conserve some battery. We'll be back for top field final in a little bit, as well as some pro bracket action as it gets to the later rounds. So big thank you to Good Vibrations Motorsports. You've been watching the National Sand Drag News live stream from the Southern California Sand Drag Association Hammer Down Nationals. Be back in a little bit.